What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode here on Futbol Asada. I'm your host, Andre, with my co-hosts.
Chris, what up, boys?
And today, we're going to mention your guys' hot takes that you guys gave us. And if you haven't already, make sure to follow our Instagram because that's where we gave the update to you guys. That's where we get some of the hot takes. And also the Discord. We got some from there as well. So links down below. But let's get started immediately. Starting off with the first one. We're going to run by these pretty quickly because we got like over 100 and we chose the best ones. So first one, does Sele have a good chance of winning the World Cup if Santi can find himself?
If he can find himself and if we can find Jesus, maybe. But besides that, no, we have zero chance.
I completely agree. I think at best, quarterfinals at best.
Yeah, that was like a ghost pepper hot take, bro. I don't know about that one.
Next one, the change that we all hope will happen with the Mexico national soccer will never happen.
I'm assuming he means like the change, like exporting players to Europe and like having like promotion relegation, getting back Libertadores.
A decent squad.
Yeah, like just having a decent, like this whole system top to bottom. I agree. I don't think it is that much of a hot take. I think it's more a reality, to be honest. I think the owners and the businessmen at the top of Liga MX and controlling the FMF, they just care about money, to be honest. So
I completely agree. We live in a delusion that is never gonna happen, but I still support it. Santi Jimenez is overrated in the selección, but people aren't ready to accept this.
again, I don't know how much of a hot take that is because he is getting a lot of heat right now. I mean, only 4 goals in 31 games. I don't think it's that much of a hot take.
Right now he is, yes. But the guy's barely 23, so keep playing him because the goals are bound to happen.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Next one, Mexico had a good chance of winning the 2014 World Cup if they didn't get robbed. This is a good one because this is something I think we've discussed in the past that I completely agree on. Finalists? Oof.
I mean, this is a very crazy hot take, but I also agree with it because I'm like, you have to contextualize it real quick. Mexico lost in the Nora Penal game, obviously. I don't know if you remember, but the Netherlands ended up getting third place in that tournament, only getting eliminated by Argentina on penalties. They smashed Brazil 3-0 in the third place game, and we were this close to beating them. This close to beating them. And if we beat them, we play Costa Rica. No disrespect to Costa Rica because they also had an
Brilliant
insane
squad.
squad and a great tournament, but I think we would have won that game. And then in the semifinals, we would have been playing Argentina, and I think us losing to them in the 2005 Confederations Cup, 2006 World Cup, 2007 Copa America, 2010 World Cup, I think we would have like had that revenge factor like in our favor. I honestly think, and the vibes on the team were just right. I honestly think we could have pulled off that upset and made the final. As crazy as that sounds, and then in the final, you just never know.
I actually agree because if you compare Argentina's squad to the Netherlands that World Cup and to Brazil, two teams, well, we tied to Brazil at their place, packed out, what was it, the Maracanã, and that cracked Netherlands squad. I don't think the Argentina team compares at all. And like you said, all that revenge factor. And not only that, like, Mexico would have came into that game with no pressure, nothing to lose. If Mexico loses that game, okay, we made the semifinals, we made history. Like, well, there was literally nothing to lose. I feel like all the players would have gone out with their hearts like completely through the roof and maybe pull off like the most historic thing we've ever witnessed.
I agree.
And then lost the final because no one's beating that Germany team. Next one, another Santi one, man. Santi's a big name. Santi will never have a big moment in a World Cup for Mexico. Now, that one I disagree. He's going to have a big moment next World Cup. I'm guaranteed of it.
Yeah, I mean that is a pretty crazy hot take, but I also don't agree. I think he's too good at such a young age. That I think, and plus he has what three World Cups like left in his prime. Like I think he'll have at least one moment, bro. At least one.
I don't think Vasco's going to allow so many games with him not scoring. Like, they're going to find the way to make him fit into our play style because he is our most important player in terms of goals. He's a goal-scoring machine. And if Mexico doesn't have a player like that, then we're going to be a team that barely scores one, maybe 2 goals, and scrapes every win. We're trying to win comfortably, and he has to be the one bagging. All right, next one. Chicharito can easily start over Henry Martin. Right now, no.
As much as I don't really like rate Henry Martin, that's I don't agree with that at all. Like Chicharito is like what 1 goal in the last. I think you mentioned it yesterday. 9 months. Like come on, and it was against Puebla, who was last place at the time.
Yeah, I don't like Martin as well, but right now, I guess he is better. But in their prime, not even a question. Antuna on his day, in parentheses, is our best winger.
I mean,
I think if that was the case, I wouldn't even watch the team.
I mean, on his day, but like that's such a like a vague thing because it's like you can say that about anyone. Like Chucky Lozano on his day is our best winger. Chino Huerta on his day, like anyone on their day could be like our best winger. Antuna, yeah, he's had good moments, but if I were to put everyone on their best day and rank them, I don't think Antuna would be first.
I think Antuna would be last. How many on his day games has he ever had?
Germany.
But besides the Germany one, that friendly, he's never had an on his day game against a good team. They're all against Trinidad, Cuba.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, people probably get this from like his stats. He does score a lot of goals, but I mean, gives a random player 60 straight games without being benched. He's bound to score more than a player that barely started 10. So obviously, he's going to have the most. Next one, Chino Huerta has potential to be top 5 all-time Mexican winger. I don't think so.
Nah.
The guy's very creative, very fast, but I feel like he lacks IQ. Sometimes I feel like he's too fast for himself. He's good, but
Even what I think like his ceiling is, it's still not better than Vela, Gio, Guardado when he was a winger.
Barrera, like for those 2
He
years.
could be like a Barrera type, like that, like played in Europe for a bit and then was just like a very good Liga MX player. But yeah, top 5 all time is crazy.
Even from the past, who was there?
I mean, there's Vela, Gio, Chucky. Like Guardado was a winger for a long time.
Or like before that, Ramon Morales, was he decent for Mexico?
Yeah, it was more of a cam though.
He was a left.
But,
No, he was a left
you
mid.
you can go way back.
Sage?
Sage, yeah, Sage.
I don't know much about Saga. I know he was cracked for America, but I don't know about Mexico. Next one, Gio dos Santos and Jonathan could have been the best in the world if it wasn't for drinking. Best in the world at what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Not at footy.
Yeah, that's a good question. Best in the world at what?
Could have been the best for Mexico, but not in the world.
Yeah, there you go. I agree with that. They could have been the best for Mexico.
Rafa Marquez was level with Sergio Ramos.
That's a crazy hot take. I'm gonna make an argument for you, but I don't really agree with it.
That's a good one though.
Rafa Marquez, you could argue, played and was a lock starter on the best club team of all time, like their era, like the prime Barca, and he was starting for them, and it was a key player. And you see the way Puyol, Yaya Torre, and all his ex-teammates talk about him. He's a legend for sure, but Sergio Ramos is arguably the greatest defender of all time, so I don't think he's that level. But you can make the argument that he was playing on the best team of all time.
I'm kind of stuck because Sergio Ramos is my favorite defender of all time, the captain of my club, and then I got Rafa Marquez, the best Mexican player I've ever seen, the captain of my country. So from seeing both of them, I think technically, not joking, I think Rafa Marquez was better, like on the ball.
Oh yeah, on the ball, he was one of the best.
But when it comes to defense, I do think Ramos has a slight edge. To be honest, that's not even that much of a hot take because if I'm comparing both of their primes. Like Rafa Marquez was that guy, man. He was that guy. But yes, obviously longevity, Sergio Ramos clears him, and he won like 5 Champions League, and a World Cup. Shit. Next one, Liga MX All Stars currently finished top 8 in Prem. No, I think they finished almost relegation. To be honest, Liga MX All Stars right now is pretty trash.
Maybe in the Russian Premier League, not in the English Premier League. That's for sure. They would probably finish like realistically, the Liga MX All Stars, like a full 23-man squad, will probably finish like 15th at max. Like that's like at best. So top 8 is insane. Like that is crazy.
Because if you deep it down, the Liga MX All Stars is almost a national team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of European players that did come from like Champions League level clubs like Canales, Ocampos.
It would literally be almost a Mexican national team. It would be Chino, it would be Piojo, it'd probably be Romo, Gallardo.
I don't know about Romo. There's way better midfielders than him in Liga MX.
But yeah, no, we'd finish somewhere near relegation. Jorge Sanchez is the most disrespected player the last 2 years for Mexico, more than Santi.
It is a hot take because not many people agree with it, but I agree with it because, like I said, this guy, Mexico, won the 2023 Gold Cup with him being the starter the whole time. The one game he didn't start, we lost.
Guaranteed.
This guy took less money to go play at Ajax, to go play with Porto. Like, he actually took the risk. Not a lot of guys are willing to do that. We should have actually just been happy that he was willing to do that. Yeah, he's won championships with I believe he won a championship with America. There was a few times at Ajax where I remember him getting he was on the team of the month in Eredivisie. Like, this guy's had pretty good moments, and for the national team, I don't think he was that bad. In 2023, like I said, when we won the Gold Cup, it was with him. To 2024 Nations League, he wasn't bad either. I do think he's disrespected because he does have like those moments where he looks absolutely terrible, but it's like it happens.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to debate it because him, Antuna, and Charlie are like the three players I despise the most in the team the past 3 years. So I think he deservedly gets criticized, to be honest. Last one. Chicharito might be the top goal scorer for Mexico, but he's not even a top 5 overall player. Top 5 overall.
That is a hot take, but
Overall, like in terms of what? Like in terms of like ability?
yeah. So I mean, obviously Hugo and Rafa 1 and 2. I mean, you can make the argument that like Guardado because of like longevity and like skill. Carlos Vela, I think Carlos Vela was probably the most skilled player of all time. Him and Hugo, and then maybe Hector Herrera, just for, again like because of skill and what he could do on the ball. But I would still put Chicharito top five. I
Yeah,
don't
me
like
too. Me
completely
too.
agree with it, but I don't think it's that far fetched.
Bro, as a striker, I mean, for us, he was perfect. He had movement, finishing ability, space, a link up play. Like, no, he is top 5 overall for sure. Like, you can't be the top scorer and it can't be top 5 overall. Like, the guy had ability like crazy, ability that we wish we had now up top. But yes, that was the last one. Appreciate you guys for giving those hot takes on our Instagram and Discord. Make sure to follow those 2 platforms because we will be doing a part 2 in the future, so don't miss out on that. And any last words?
No, I'm actually curious. You guys should drop your guys' hot takes. Whoever watching this, drop your guys' hot takes in the comments. I want to see what other ones we missed or what other ones you guys have.
Exactly. Well, we'll catch you guys next time. See you.
Peace.